I wouldn't tell my employers I have sickle cell disease because I don't know if they would offer any help to me or something, but I don't see them being relevant in me being cured from sickle cell.
No, it doesn't concern him or her, so it's personal. We might divide the salary.
It's not the fault of that person, so why should I hold it against that person?
I once went for a job interview and was informed that I've been given the job. I was excited, but when I stepped out, I remembered I forgot to disclose my sickle cell status. So I went back in and told the principal I have sickle cell disease. Fortunately for me, it turned out she was a doctor. So she fully appreciated my condition. Sometime later, I realized my hospital review days were being deducted from my salary. I spoke to her about it, and she helped rectify the situation. She was supportive of me, but unfortunately, the work environment itself wasn't conducive for my condition. My name is Dominic. I'm 38 years old. I live in Accra, and I have sickle cell disease.
Sickle cell disease is an inherited chronic blood disorder. It is associated with both acute and chronic problems. The usual problems are acute pain episodes and chronic anemia due to breakdown of red blood cells. Sickle cell disease in itself is not a disability, although some complications can lead to some form of disability, and this is not in all individuals with sickle cell disease. With improvements in healthcare, life expectancy has dramatically improved, and if given the appropriate support, individuals with sickle cell disease are able to carry out their jobs.
One morning in 2016, I woke up ill and was in severe pain. So instead of going to work, I had to go to the hospital. I got admitted due to malaria and severe pain. The next day on admission, I experienced another complication of sickle cell disease. It led them to take me to theater for surgery. I ended up spending several days in the hospital. Upon discharge, my surgeon gave me some time off from work to fully recover. When I informed my employer, they agreed to give me the break without a salary. But upon second thought, I decided to resign. I knew the work environment was not conducive for me and had worsened my health. I also knew the chances of me coming back to meet vacant job position was very slim.
Sometimes people living with sickle cell disease may miss work because of a sudden pain episode, which may lead them to the hospital. But having an empathetic employer who really understands the condition and is willing to provide the needed support is often based on luck rather than being the norm. Some have actually been denied the right to visit the hospital for their reviews, and others have even had deductions made from their salaries due to lost work hours. These discriminatory experiences discourage some from disclosing their sickle cell status to their employers. Truth is, you are not required by law to tell an employer you have sickle cell disease, but an informed and empathetic employer can provide reasonable adjustments ahead of time to ensure you remain healthy, whilst also ensuring the business does not suffer in your absence.
At the Ghana Institute of Clinical Genetics, we attend to individuals with sickle cell disease working in various capacities in different institutions, including medical doctors, bankers, auditors, fashion designers, mechanics, etc., etc. This tells you that individuals with sickle cell disease can occupy various positions. When it comes to sickle cell disease in the workplace, the employee, who is the individual with sickle cell disease, doesn't necessarily need to disclose their medical condition before employment. If, however, the person does so, he or she shouldn't be stigmatized and should be given the needed support. Ideally, all jobs should have a worker's individual support plan, and this should include the employee, who is the person living with sickle cell disease, an occupational health professional, and a doctor or nurse for the workplace, and also another employee who is knowledgeable about sickle cell disease. The plan developed should be individualized, but cover, as a minimum, preventive measures to keep the person well at work, arrangements for working whilst taking pain medications, what constitutes an emergency and what to do, and also the key contacts in case of an emergency.
Yes, I have been blessed with supportive friends. I have had a friend pay my medical bills for me in the past. My friends don't make me feel any different. They make sure I stay healthy. For instance, when my church had the life walk recently, my friends were with me throughout the whole walk of 6 kilometers. I never quit because they were with me and kept encouraging me. I rested afterwards and they kept checking on me on subsequent days to make sure I was well.
People with sickle cell disease might miss work often because of hospital visits or complications. Employers must have empathy and not make sickle cell patients miss out in exhibiting their skills and talents. That is why we see this partnership between AirtelTigo and International Sickle Cell Center appropriate to enlighten employers about sickle cell and how they can be supportive by creating an enabling environment for people with sickle cell to thrive, to be the best version of themselves, and contribute their quota to the company.
We are humans, and that means we can fall sick at any time. No one should have deductions made from their salary or sacked from work because of ill health. Let's put people first, be compassionate, and create a supportive work environment for people living with sickle cell disease. However, let's not make assumptions about how a work colleague with sickle cell will like to be treated. Please have a conversation with him or her to be on the same page.
I love basketball, and I'm glad I have supportive friends who don't treat me any different. It's a good thing that I left my previous job because I've had the opportunity to learn new skills such as photography, videography, and software development. And I work with my supportive friends too. And it has also given me the opportunity to join organizations like ISCC to advocate for people living with sickle cell disease.
This initiative is brought to you by the International Sickle Cell Center, ISCC, in partnership with AirtelTigo Touching Lives.
AirtelTigo. Life is simple.